Hi guys, I'm Kasha. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to our coffee times, and today I bring you a movie review. We're here to talk about revenge.
It's coffee time.
Even though this movie is not considered horror but like an action movie, it does contain a lot of blood and gore. It is even rumored that they were always running out of blood during the filming of this movie, and I don't know why I waited so long to watch it. I always wanted to, and always something made me not pick it up. But I finally have watched this movie, and it's probably gonna be one of the best gems that I have discovered this year so far. This is a 2017 French movie about rape and revenge. This is also the director's debut from Claire Fachat. I hope that was pronounced properly. I'm guessing the original name would also be pronounced, instead of revenge, revanche, something like that. And this movie always called me due to the amazing posters and movie cover. And I finally watched it and I loved it. I already said that, but it really was surprising to me. The movie has been praised a lot for the direction, the cinematography, the screenplay, and also the performance from our main actress that delivered a spotless, amazing performance. I have seen several interviews with the cast of the movie, and the director herself, she said that she wanted to make a movie kind of similar to other films that she really enjoyed, like Kill Bill or Rambo, like with a lot of blood, and kind of make it fun but also really bloody, and keep a lot of tension throughout the movie, and I think she did a wonderful job. The film starts by showing us the glamorous kind of weekend getaway, romantic weekend of these young woman that is having an affair with a wealthy married man. She lands on an airplane all glamorous, and it gives you kind of those Lolita vibes, kind of those typical, you know, American girl kind of vibe, and they're spending a weekend, a couple days away in this beautiful home, and they're just basically there to have sex. Sorry, my cat demanded to be grabbed, so you know, I have to. They're having the perfect time, but then suddenly two of his friends show up to go on a hunting kind of trip with him, and it was a little bit unexpected, but they all kind of get along. They're starting to have fun, they have parties, they drink, they dance. But suddenly the relationship starts to turn, and there is a lot of tension that is built up, and the relationship between all of them starts to break apart. All of this tension leads to an event that kind of changes Jane's character, like completely. She makes a 180. Her character was this, you know, beautiful, more on the dumb side, blonde, that is having an affair with a rich guy, and then suddenly she is like a phoenix that has risen from the ashes, and she's going to take revenge on these three guys that had done her wrong. The movie was shot beautifully, and the way that they have built up the tension throughout the whole movie, and it was making you kind of nervous and uneasy, and you didn't know what to expect. It was just fantastic. I love how the director managed to keep the tension throughout the whole movie. And also another thing that really worked in this movie is obviously the acting, because all the main actors delivered such a good performance that the characters just came to life so effortless. There was beautiful coloring in the scenes. We even get a lot of cool neon colors. And I also absolutely love that, you know, there's little scenes of little things that humans do, like just chewing and things like that, and it helped build the tension and make it unsettling. Plus there were a lot of kind of metaphors and like hidden symbols in this movie. This was for me the perfect revenge story, because it was intense, it was bloody, it was brutal. Like, the director has no problem to go all violent violent and gory in the movie. This is not exactly torture porn, but the gore that there is in this movie and the way that those scenes are shot, they keep the scenes long enough for you to feel uncomfortable, for you to feel like you want to look away because it's getting a little bit like disgusting. But the amount of violence and brutality, like, she did not hold back. This movie is all out. And there is a lot of blood in the movie. That was fantastic for me, that she kept all the scenes, and there are some shots as well from where the perspectives that she was showing you while these violent acts were happening that were kind of different and refreshing, and I absolutely loved how all of those violent scenes were shot. Now that we're talking blood, if you're a person that you analyze a lot of things and you stop watching a movie when things start to get a little bit non-believable, let me tell you that there are some characters in this movie that might lose a lot of blood, and it is kind of questionable that they're still alive after all that amount of blood has been lost. So I just think that this movie, you have to take it with a little bit more of an open mind when it comes to that, and not expect it to be super realistic. This is kind of more of an exploration of the revenge genre, even though the movie does have a lot of the typical things that you would find in a revenge movie. I think that the director made a great job to give it a little bit of a twist, a little bit of a freshness. Another thing that sold me in this movie is that even though we are experiencing really violent attacks and brutality, there are some moments that are actually funny, and I found myself laughing. And that is such a great comical relief that is so hard to achieve in such a violent movie, because they can very easily backfire. But for me, it was amazing how she introduced a little bit of humor here and there. Another thing that I would like to mention is that the movie doesn't give our main character Jen a backstory. I think this is a way of the author to kind of generalize her story and kind of tell us that is every man and woman that has ever been abused and is now fighting back. It's a clear message that no matter what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're wearing, what happened to her, to Jen, our main character, it's not okay, and she is, you know, very much entitled to her revenge. Alright, you guys, so I obviously love this movie so much. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars because I thought this movie was nearly perfect. I would rewatch this movie anytime, and the ending was just a masterpiece. Like, I absolutely loved it. So if you like action movies that have a lot of gore, that's the horror part of the movie. It's just the violence, the brutality, and the blood. It's not that it's a scary movie. So I would definitely recommend you to check this one out. I feel like sometimes I miss out on movies, and then when I watch them later on, I'm like, how can I have missed this? It is so good. So if you have movie recommendations, like horror movie recommendations from the last years that, you know, they were a pleasant surprise for you, that you think they're kind of hidden gems, leave your recommendations down below for me, so maybe I find some movies that I have not watched yet that are also pretty good. Definitely this is going to be one of my, you know, favorite new discoveries of the year, and I think the director is one to watch, because if this is her debut, yes please. I want more. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed my little movie review on Revenge. Let me know down below if you've watched the movie as well, what your thoughts on the movie were. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Please give the video a big thumbs up for support, and all my social media is listed as always down below, and I hope to see you all in the next coffee time. Bye.